Hey, that's all right. I'm not totally ready either. Don't worry about it. I'm just here for a little while. Howdy. Hey, Powerman, how you doing? Hey, Marcus, how you doing? Welcome. Trying to get spring break to stick. I'm doing okay. Good luck with the spring break. Can you hear me okay, by the way? Hmm. Wonderful. Great. Nice. See if I can zoom in on this a touch. I know the lights are very bright. I hope all of your weeks have been going well, the beginning of it at least. Fixed my dishwasher, went to clean up, and ended up having to fix my sink Monday night. Wow, week started with a bang for sure. Well, you've taken care of it, so hopefully the rest of the week is downhill, right? Got your homework done early. But yeah, when it rains, it pours, right? I got furniture that almost fits. Are you in the Houston area? Just got off work. So well, usually busy Wednesday morning at 2 a.m. Oh, right? Really? Oh, right, it is Wednesday in Switzerland. That's right. Time travelers, I'll tell you. Hard to keep up with. Way up by Canada. So not quite. Electrician. Oh, okay. Yeah, I would imagine being an electrician you need to know a lot about the other stuff too. You're probably one of the guys that everybody calls. One of my friends is an electrician. I call him about a lot of stuff. Gotta call somebody to move your bed just a few inches? Last guy was cool. Wish I could increase the font size of this thing. I don't know how to do that though. That's okay. Let's see here. Maybe I can. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. I got that. I increased it. I'm just trying not to increase everything. That's all. Seems a little bit better. Looking for a handyman that won't ask you to cook for him? Yeah, that's probably a good metric. It's like, let's keep it professional. I'll give you money with which you can buy food at another place. It is the details. I agree, if you couldn't already guess. Good for you. So, Paul, any news on when you're... I don't know that word. I'm guessing that's a gallery show? I guess I should lose some points for not knowing what that word means, huh? Yeah, my art exhibit. It's in a slight holding pattern, but I should know more in the next couple of weeks. But the reason for that is because the place that has greenlit it is between spaces. So I may stick with that space, but I may go to another one. After I'm done streaming tonight, in like an hour and a half or so, I was going to go over to this bar where I go to on Tuesdays and have a glass of wine and do a proper written update for everybody on the Patreon subscriber list and everybody who's interested as well, and should be able to give you more information and updates on that. I'm late on updates, but I've been sort of reeling from everything that's happened. Only today have I really been able to catch my breath. And I just had a big day of painting. I just couldn't stop painting all day long, which is good because that's what I need to do. But yeah, I am sorry for not getting back to any of the messages that you guys have sent me asking about that. But it is in motion. Hey Silver, how do you do? Yeah, and I should also be getting all the funds from the Kickstarter on the 19th. It takes 2 weeks for it to reach me, so that's kind of when the official clock starts for everything on that. Which is nice, again, because I do need to get a lot of things in order as far as like spreadsheet of all the prints that I need to get and all the details, all the things. It's a lot of stuff, but I'm excited about it. And I couldn't have done it without you guys. So, while I've got you, thank you. It's going to be an exciting year. I just had one of those awful little moments, negative thinking. It's like that story of the Chinese farmer. Yeah, it's a we'll see, sort of the or the what, may you live in interesting times shit, you know? But I gotta stop letting my little dark thoughts cloud. Everything's been wonderful very recently, and I need to stay in that energy. My stand-up special recording went really well. I was very happy with that. And that's a big part of why I couldn't do anything. Yeah, it's amazing to feel like I've got like two things in alignment at one time, you know? Art feels good, stand-up feels good. It's a wild thing to say that I feel like I have a sense of balance that I don't know if I ever recall having in my life. And I'm just trying to allow that good feeling to exist in me and make this more of my baseline default state as opposed to just constantly all stressed out, you know? Oh, Bluey did that? That Bluey. Ahead of the curve on everything. Or way behind, I guess. it has been a long way, right? Big step here since 2020, and I never even thought to pursue my painting as a career, and now that's what I do primarily. And again, I couldn't have done it without you guys. That's a fact. And that weird time on Reddit that we had. What a crazy thing. The more I think about that, the crazier it is. I'm gonna really try to focus this year to see if I can bring something like that back to life. That level of community and interaction and just fun. Such a good group of people found each other on there. Yeah, it's annoying that Reddit killed that, but the more you think about like the music licensing and all that other stuff moving forward, it had to have been an enormous wave of bullshit that was coming at them. Did anyone buy the stock when they offered this? I didn't buy any. I didn't have but about $100 to my name, so I was in no position to buy stock. I would think people did. I don't know what it's going for. Yeah. Yeah, I was curious how that was going to work also. It didn't seem like a great deal. Pretty much don't social media, Discord and Reddit, sure. YouTube, Facebook, others seem... Yeah, it's weird. That's smart. need to really force myself to like be more fluent in Discord. Just spend like a solid week and like I'm just gonna be on here goofing around figuring it out, because there seems to be so much potential with what you can do, and I really do think it's gonna be kind of the wave of the future. At least that model, you know, where you can form fit everything to your liking, because like you said, the privacy crap is like, nobody likes that, having to worry about that. I just saw the guy who owns Patreon give a speech about the future of like Patreon and all that at South by Southwest. I just saw it online. Interesting, his take on it all. Basically, he was in a band, and the whole idea of subscribing and following is what allowed him and his wife to become successful with their band, and then after that they developed Patreon. And yeah, so it's interesting to hear somebody who had tremendous success out of that sort of lament the idea that the follower concept is going by the wayside, and it's more about like just algorithmic discovery and sort of time online instead of like following the people that you actually enjoy and supporting their artwork. Because, you know, as you know, and I saw this happen so much on Reddit, was that like people would subscribe to my stuff, and then when I'd go live, they were like, I never get updates about that, which was always frustrating, because you're like, well, why are you allowing people to subscribe if they don't see what you post? It's very weird. Discord isn't too bad to pick up. Have my own kind of, yeah. Turn this down just a touch. Yeah, the Twitch raids. You're right. And Twitch is another thing I need to give more of a chance. I'm hoping that when the Patreon funds hit me, that I can buy a couple of other pieces of equipment with that money, and then I can make the concept of doing Twitch less annoying for me. At least that's my goal with it. The whole problem with it is I just need to be able to press a button and go, instead of having to set everything up every time. That's the biggest issue that I had messing around with Twitch. But it's cool, like it's a cool community, and there's opportunity to build community and find people in that way. And yeah, I don't wanna just dismiss it. Twitch just, compared to Reddit, it just had too many moving parts, was all. Like all the channel points and all that other weird stuff that I'm like, I don't know, I don't really want to do any of this. Just kind of want to hang out. And then the music thing is what really turned me off to it, but you can get around that. Like, this is my dad's piano music, in case you guys were not aware of that. I play 0 instruments. I have no musical ability whatsoever. My dad's so musically inclined, I feel like he absorbed all of the musical ability in the family. The Reddit thing was how I first got here. Yeah, me too. Popped up in live feed and I got invested. Reddit was good for that since there's a massive amount of people could randomly see it. Yeah, it was a beautiful, beautiful thing. I'm glad that I was a part of it when it existed. Lights might be a touch too bright. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm on the RPAN subreddit, or at least I subscribe to it, and every now and then people just come on and be like, "Man, that was such a fun time. I wish they'd bring it back." And they're like, "Did anybody have like really special experiences on there?" And all these people list off all this crazy shit that happened to them, and I like to chime in and just be like, "Man, that 100% changed my life. That my life was one way before RPAN and another way after, completely." One of the more impactful things that ever happened to me in my life, if not the. So yeah, I have a very positive bias toward the memory of RPAN. But I can definitely understand that as a business, it would be very complicated to keep going for a variety of reasons. Thought you were pretending to paint it first. That was in the comedy act. Then it was quickly proven wrong. Oh, when you first came around on RPAN. Oh, right. Well, it was so many people. That was what was so fun about it. That's so incredibly difficult to replicate. It's like if you just have like an ocean of people just coming at you. It's like that made it really fun. But then it would level out and be more like this, which is a fun time too. I feel like that's the tough part with other platforms. You don't really find random Discord servers and whatnot, but isn't a feed randomly? Yeah. Oh hey, how's it going, Nuria? Welcome. Here we are just reminiscing about RPAN. Same old, same old. First time I saw you on Reddit, I first thought you were some weird, ironic Bob Ross. Yeah, Bald Ross. That's what they settled on for a short period of time. I still need to make stickers with that. You know that gecko dude, the advice gecko guy? He's still out there doing shows, touring around. Got a kick out of Bob Ross using brush like something you paint a fence with. Yeah, yeah, right. The green guy never yeah, he was able to build a career out of that. He's still touring around. He was here in Austin not long ago at the Creek in the Cave. I was doing a show in one room and they were talking about it. They're like, this green gecko guy, he's just like, he dresses up and he takes phone calls. I was like, I know who that dude is. And they were like, I don't know how he got started. I go, I do. Same way I became a fine artist. And I had to tell them this whole story about Reddit and the pandemic and all that. They're like, what the fuck? I was like, I know. It was this crazy, crazy time. It's like, I wonder what Sasquatch is up to. He must have gone back out into the woods. Sometimes late at night in the forest, you can hear his saxophone. On a full moon. Andrew, hey, what's up, buddy? I didn't meet him. No, I never met him. Apparently, he's very socially anxious and doesn't like to talk to people, which is fine by me. I'm checking your channel. It's been empty. Yeah, I've been pretty busy with I was busy with the Kickstarter, and then I was busy focusing on recording my stand-up special, both of which have gone very well. So I was missing in action for work-related reasons. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, Sasquatch just playing into the night. Nobody else can get a word in edgewise. That was one of the weirdest ones. I remember he was so incredibly popular when he came on. It was such a magnet for attention that I remember being like, I'd be streaming late at night, and you're like, I don't know where everybody is. Usually there's a bunch of people here by now. And then you'd be like, wait a minute, is Sasquatch playing? And they're like, yeah. It's like, I might as well just come back later on. There's no competing with Sasquatch. Found a hairstyle that works and we're getting it cut. Hey, alright. Well, welcome. What matters is that you like it. Let's see here. The leather guy had to take a break. Another woodworker. Wasn't just women coming on, as you know. Oh, right. The leather guy, who had to take a break. Another woodworker. Wasn't just women coming on, as you know. Yeah, but what do you mean? He had to take a break? Was he too overwhelmed? I remember there was some dude who he was like a woodworker and he got really overwhelmed by the amount of people. He was going through some wild depression like so many people at that time. Hope he's alright. The leather guy was very hairy. Oh, right. Right. He was like a military dude or something. I remember I talked with him a couple of times, direct messaging. He was nice, but you could tell he was like very wary of the situation. He was good at what he did. I kept trying to make a community happen with other streamers, and it just it wouldn't stick. It was affecting his marriage. Oh, that makes sense, yeah. If I would have been in a relationship, that would have affected my relationship during the pandemic. I can tell you that. I don't think my ex would have enjoyed all of that attention that I was getting. Even if it was just, random all over the internet. Still. But I never really took much of it seriously anyway. Love the darker colors? Yeah, I'm gonna have to add some purples in pretty soon. Some darks. I'm glad you like it. He was showing his ring and all, but people were so disrespectful. Oh, that's what happens. You step into the public, into the spotlight, and that type of shit will happen. And if you've never had attention like that, it's super weird. Jellyfish are like real life aliens, right? Hey, look. How you doing? How you doing, Leah? Purples and reds are my favorite colors too. Yeah, it really shows the depth once it starts to happen like that. I'm trying to save those for a little bit later. Good. Finally had time to catch a stream. Been busy as hell lately. Well, I'm glad that you could make it. When it comes to the purples, there's only one Oh, I'm glad you like the peacock. That's going to be on display at the gallery show. The actual physical original. Really want to pull the trigger on the full-size peacock, but it's too big for the wall. That's okay. It's a lot of wall space. That's a lot of wall space. Thank you, Silver. I'll probably do a few more smaller octopus paintings too. And I think I have in the pipeline, I'm going to do a crab and a shark, a cardinal, and a seagull, I think. Yeah, the pictures that I see of your wall with that full-size peacock is just, it always makes me almost like emotional. It's like, that's so touching and amazing. That's so much, I don't know, it's just amazing. It makes me so proud to have it in your house. Thank you, brother. Can't wait to get the artwork from the Kickstarter. Trying to figure out. Yeah, I can't wait to send it out. I like the octopus needs a friend on the other side of it. Keep eyeing those ocean themes. Yeah. Stickers could also be embroidery patches. Yeah, I'd like to do that. I just I don't really know where I would get them from. Or get them made at. Gotta find a good price. You have a machine that makes patches? Let's make some testers. That'd be fun. I was thinking of putting the stickers I've got on a magnet. That'd be fun too. Yeah, I'd like to have more small things that I can put on my website when I revitalize it, which is another thing that I'm gonna have to do in the next few weeks. Hey Hugh, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, my friend. How are you? Hanging out, late to the party. Better late than never. Fashionably late. It's your birthday. Hey, happy birthday, buddy. Happy birthday. I think you and Tom Segura have the same birthday, it looks like. If I remember right. He's got the same birthday as you. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. You're gonna be 60 Friday. Hey, that's wonderful. Happy early birthday. Get to cash in on all of them sweet discounts. Hey, all right. Kareem, the guy from Airport? I think Airplane, maybe. You enjoy that. You've earned it. Don't call me Shirley. One of those movies which make me cry no matter how many times I watch it. You found Airplane that sad? Laugh crying, yes. OJ. OJ Simpson. He's in heaven with God and Jesus and the little baby angels now. Rest in peace. He had a peaceful life. I cry when I really laugh. That's a good kind of laugh. He did run out of juice. He's driving that big white Bronco in the sky now. Looking for the real killer on the golf courses. Yes, the whole Kickstarter thing did work out. Thanks to you and all the people on this. Yeah, I'm supposed to get those funds on Friday, I think. And that's, I was just telling them when I'm done streaming here, I'm gonna go to this bar where I have a glass of wine on Tuesdays, and I'm gonna write a update for everybody that I've been needing to do. But I can sit down and focus finally. But yes. Yeah, right after the Kickstarter finished, I had to go for a Malbec. I do like their they just have a nice house that's, I think it's like a Pinot or something, but I do prefer a heavier red. Yeah, the Kickstarter ended, and then I had to immediately start focusing more on my stand-up special, which went well also. Salud, absolutely. Oh, and Hugh, last time I was playing my dad's music, you were asking where I might be able to, where you might hear it. elsewhere, and I think I might start him a SoundCloud so people can listen to it. The special's gonna come out in the fall. It's gonna take some time to be edited. It was filmed with 6 cameras. Each one of them was 6K. And Andrew, gotta go. Take care, buddy. Good to see you. And so that's a lot to process. But yeah, I was thinking about it, and there's not really anything I would change, to be honest. Last night's stream cut off where I talked about the brush strokes for the details. Yeah. How do you like them so far? I forget exactly where we cut off, but I know that you had brought that up. Like how they make it pop? Good. Yeah, I put a lot of background in today, and now I'm trying to give it this twisting effect. It's a little trickier than I had thought it would be. Yes. Summer exhibition and fall special. Yep. And I'm going to try to start rolling out a couple other projects I've been working on in between. I have so much stand-up that I can always like get back to, but I just basically want to have like a nice 20-minute set that I can play with for a while and focus on a couple of other projects that hopefully will draw more attention to the special when it comes out. That's the goal anyway. Trying to do something that's a little more like attention grabbing, so that when the special comes out, people will be like, oh, and this guy has a stand-up special. Try to build the audience a little bit more. Incorporating watermelons, like just, you know, I had this whole thing where I was gonna smash a bunch of fruit. I had this gigantic hammer, and then I saw this other guy who did it, Gallagher, I think it was. But yeah, it totally took that idea, but that's okay. I'm sure somebody would find that offensive. Like guest appearances? In what way? Callaghan, yeah, I think that was. To promote your stuff, go. Oh yeah. Well, that'll be a thing that I'll try to do as it gets much closer to the thing. So as it gets much closer to the release date, then I'll try to call in all my favors from all my friends that have podcasts, and probably go to New York, go to LA, and see who will help me, promote it more. And that's kind of why I want to work on some other projects in between now and then, to have more to talk about, and have more to do and more to like sort of funnel into that. At least that's the idea. Smashing was the original idea. Oh God, yeah. Yeah, it seems like that was a 80s thing. That did seem like the era of cocaine type entertainment, or where you would do enough blow to be like, this is hilarious that this guy is just destroying fruit with a cartoon hammer. Only Robin Williams. I think, yeah, there was a few that made it through, but Robin Williams was the big one. Well, Paul could paint with a watermelon jellyfish coming out of it, sort of. Yeah, I've thought about doing some more surrealistic things. I thought it would be. Oh, yeah, he did. That was his next step. He put a hole in it. I have thought about doing some more like surrealism type things at some point. I would like to, but right now, and for this next for this exhibition, I think I'm mostly going to be focusing on birds and sea creatures. It seems like for this one, and then I have more for the next thing. This brush, I can't seem to get the glare off of the canvas for this portion of it. Yeah, my friend Karen, who's on here sometimes, she's been talking to me about getting my stuff in it in an aquarium. I don't think it's lowbrow at all. Booze, yeah. That really does dry dark, that red. This brush used to be a finer point, and I kind of roughed it up too much to be of much use in that sense. This is currently my finest brush, and it's starting to get a little frayed. That'll be another thing I have to buy when the funds hit. New set of brushes, a bunch of paints, re-up on a bunch of things. It's very exciting to be able to say that I can do that. Hell, I can buy some new shoes, which I've put off for a very long time. Brushes do you use? And this one is a Princeton Heritage Round. I don't really have. I like the Treckle Art Supply. They do good stuff. Jerry's Artorama has some good brushes. I don't really have a brand loyalty to any of them. I would if they gave me free ones, but that hasn't happened yet. I just have a real a borderline kink for fine brushes. Like super thin needlepoint brushes are my thing. And thank you for doing that. Sandals I do not wear anywhere but in the house. Gotta go to bed. It's almost 4 a.m. Good to see you, Marcus. Thanks for hanging out. And thank you for doing that, PM. I appreciate that. Take care, future dude. I think you need to put more descriptive words in the descriptions of your videos. If you just wrote paintings or live paintings, I think it'd be more likely to be found. In which videos? What do you mean? These videos? I didn't even, oh yeah. I didn't even notice. Yeah, I should put something up there. You're right. Only now did I notice that this actually has a title. I got 2 likes on it. That's pretty good. Yeah, no, it's a good idea. I'll put it on my to-do list. Exploration into the Oddoverse. Good way, I like that. There's also a lower area that says no description has been added to this video. Alright, well. You are true. You are correct. I do need to do that. Oddoverse. I like it. Good thinking. Has your dad always played piano? Yes. Yeah, as long as I've been alive. How many hours have I put into this painting? Probably about 75 or 80. Something like that. I need to make some larger strides and start wrapping this thing up, to be honest. It's getting to be a little indulgent at this point. We used to plan orgies? That sounds like Gollum is saying it. Orgies. We used to plan orgies, precious. Back when Gollum was going to Studio 54. Was your dad a professional musician in any sense? He used to be in bands when he was younger, like for fun, but I don't think he ever. He's much more personally critical of himself than I am, and I think that always sort of kept him from doing that kind of thing. Like, I'm trying to get him to teach lessons now, and he doesn't want to. He's like, I'm not qualified to teach lessons. I said, of course you are. You know. I said, you can fucking teach lessons online, dude. You don't have to do. You don't even have to go anywhere or have anybody come over. He's like, I never really learned how to teach. I was like, well, you just teach people how you learned. You know? Yeah, I'm very familiar with that type of thinking as well. It is something worth breaking in oneself. But it's a lot easier said than done. So I do understand. Yeah, it would be good. I don't know if he would do. He might find that amount of people overwhelming. but still. You just turn the camera on and don't really interact with anybody, you could do that. I like the way that little tentacle color works. He would be able to teach people, yeah. I used to play piano and drums, haven't in several years. Yeah, he's one of those dudes that can play, he plays the drums. He can play the piano, the drums, the saxophone, the flute. But he mostly plays classical piano. Just one of those people that can kind of play whatever, you know. But he grew up under the impression that you couldn't do anything that you enjoyed for money, not for enough to make a living, you know. He was raised by lunatics. Oh, interesting. That's a fun color. I like that. Yeah, my dad's retired and he wants to do something. That's why I've been, you know, kind of suggesting the music thing. Just because he has a big, great grand piano at the house and he really just wants to sit around, you know, he just wants to play all the time. I was like, well, do that. But, you know, if you've never done it, it's very intimidating. But, you know, now with YouTube, you could learn how to do everything. Yeah, right? Yeah, this is just him kind of practicing, you know? These are not his original songs. He wants to make sure that everybody knows that. Anytime I ever talk about it. Yeah, this is my dad playing the piano. Hugh was asking me where he could hear this anywhere else, and I was thinking I should probably set him up a SoundCloud or something, you know. If people want to listen, they can. And then maybe it would encourage him to record more of it. I'm always trying to get him to do that. Yeah, I think a SoundCloud would be good. There's a piano in Fort Worth Hospital and they encourage people to play it. Oh yeah, maybe so. Well, if he doesn't get his knees fixed soon, he's going to be spending a lot of time there. Shortly before my grandma died, she was in a nursing home. My mom went to visit her. My grandma sat down at the piano and started playing, spontaneously playing. No one had any idea. Really? That's nuts. What a crazy thing to be able to keep secret. None of you ever asked. Still had one surprise up that blew my mind because I taught myself how to play. Oh yeah? Well, that ability to teach yourselves how to play must run in your family. Little did you know, you got it from her. That's cool. Can you get a 88 key keyboard? Or is that just not the same for you? Hmm. Ever have those hobbies, activities that your family pushed you into doing? Not for me, no. No. My dad was very against that. Because I think he was forced to do all kinds of shit he didn't want to do when he was a kid. So he had a very knee-jerk reaction to that idea. So, you know, I played soccer until I said I was bored with it. And then he was like, alright, you can quit right now if you want. I was like, alright then. Yeah. And there's good to that and, you know, not so good. But I think it's better to not abuse people with that type of shit. Feel like you're watching Rudy? Oh yeah, I could see that. I think it's the music from the Fabulous Baker Boys. I think. I don't think I ever saw that movie though. It's got Jeff Bridges in it. That much I know. I think it's important for kids to at least try new things. I don't agree with forcing them to do stuff that they express they don't enjoy. Yeah, the only conflict I have with that whole thing and kind of the way that it was, my experience is that I wasn't really pushed into doing any competitive sports, which I think is good because I don't really like that whole scene or nothing. But it just so happens that I don't really have a healthy sense of competition, and I think that it has a lot to do with that. Like I don't ever really feel like I'm in competition with anybody else, and because of that, I never really feel like anybody's competing with me. I've always only been in competition with myself, and that has led to a certain amount of like stunted development in my life, I believe. But I think I prefer it this way. So, whatever. Being in your own head can and will thoroughly mess you up. It's good to be in competition with yourself, but you can't be too hard on yourself. Gotta find a balance. Yep. Competition has, yeah, it is easier said than done for sure. Um, yeah. Yeah, I rarely feel like I'm competing, but I do know that if I do compete in something, if I'm, if I've decided that I'm going to like win a thing, very rarely will that not be the case. And that's not because I'm like better than everybody at everything. It's just I've made a calculated assessment of the situation, and I'm like, I'm better than everybody right now that's doing this, and it's interesting. I haven't had a ton of moments like that in my life, but I've almost always been right. Like I'm really bad to play poker with because I you read me very fast. Like I don't bluff much. And when actually I don't really bluff period. But that could also be considered a tactic. Did we freeze up? I don't know. Is it frozen on your end or no? Okay, cool. It's fun. I like that. Yeah, I'll have to watch this movie. Fabulous Baker Boys. I forgot until you said that Michelle Pfeiffer was in it. Now I remember. I think Michelle Pfeiffer might be in the running for one of the prettiest women that has ever walked the face of the earth. Like, I could very easily see Helen of Troy looking like Michelle Pfeiffer. always been a Michelle fan over Mackay, personally. Just a preference thing. Yeah, I always thought Michelle Pfeiffer was so pretty that I think it made me disproportionately attracted to women named Michelle. Well, that's upsetting you. Let's see here. Glowing pretty well, right? I think I need to put a little bit more up top. A little more orange stuff. Ochre gold. That's too much. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's funny. I didn't notice this until the other day when I posted this, the original painting that I did, the first one, the Light in the Darkness. But a friend of mine, she said something really nice about that. She said that first painting you did is really nice, but like the difference between what you did then and what you do now is so much. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, you know, I have done a lot of painting in 4 years, but it's interesting. Like, you look at the difference here. Like, this is the first jellyfish painting I ever did, which, you know, I'm happy with it. I think it's a nice little painting, but this is the first one that I did, right? And then this is where it's at now. And it's really interesting to see the difference that, like, a lot of work can make. Painting is such an interesting thing in that way. Like, it's directly noticeable, the amount of time that you dedicate to it as to how much better you get. It's nuts. And like, I'm very happy with the Undeniable painting, my first octopus, but I see that now and I'm like, man, I could really, like, Revelation to me is so much more detailed. Maybe so. I might revisit and redo old paintings. I appreciate that, Leanne. Thank you. Yeah, it's just, it's weird. It's like seeing yourself, like when you first started going to the gym or something, and then you're like, oh, look at that. That's wild. Like, you don't notice the progress when it's happening exactly, you know? Alright, this is gonna possibly annoy some of you, but I'm gonna do a little wash here. I like the old, I mean, I'm not saying I don't like it. I like it. I think it's, you know, it's a fine painting. It's just the difference in the detail. I'll paint a lot of this back. No, that looks pretty good. I think that's actually pretty nice. It needed a little more drama up here. These drastic moves are always a little nerve-wracking. Just a little yellow wash, because I gotta bring some of it down into here just a little bit too, now that I'm thinking about it. Just to balance it out a little bit. That's not bad. Little kisses. It's got to get that light coming from inside of it, you know? Yeah, exactly. The gradual change. It's interesting. Especially when it happens to you, you know. Like it's one thing to notice it in other people. Yeah, that's kind of fun. That's fun. Look at that. I like these little bits. Might be biting off a little bit more than I should chew here. But this is a good place to oh, that's like a fire. Look at that. That's like a little flame. Huh. How about that? What a fun thing. Just a little. And then I can kind of paint some of this back a little bit later. But it's fun to watch the. Yeah. Yep. I don't know if the glare is too bright for you to see it, but that really brought a lot of energy into this thing. I'm going to dim this up a little bit so you can kind of see it better. Yeah, it's got a real now it's got a real inner heat going to it. Try to get that glare off of there a little bit. It's kind of hard to see. There we go. I just gotta turn the lights down a little bit. Let me see if I can show you guys a little bit better. I like where it's at right now. Oh, that's all stupid. Come on, camera. Work with me here. Why isn't that glare working with me here? This camera's not focusing right. I just need to turn these fucking lights off. Is that the problem? Look how interesting that is. Wow. I like where that's going. Yeah, this is a big day for this piece. I don't think that that's doing it right. Come on, fuckhead. It's all stuck to the goddamn. There we go. Yeah. Yeah, that yellow bit really did help a lot. Still don't think you can see very well with this for some reason. I wonder why. Maybe it needs to be higher. Yeah, that's better. You can kind of see it better like that. That's fun. Made it like very tigery. Like a like a tiger type flame on there. Maybe you can see it on this thing a little bit better. And then I'll kind of paint some of this back a little bit, but that's fun progress today. Thanks, y'all. I'm glad you like this one. I got fun plans for this painting. Have you painted fire before? I have that flame back behind there I'm working on. That campfire painting that I'm working on back there. I've been working on that, but I'll probably come back to that after I want to do a whole bunch of stuff with flames in the future. All right. Well, that's fun. All right, guys. Had to scroll back. I think it's about time to go get that wine. Thanks for hanging out, and we will keep the Tuesday thing steady. But I'll be streaming more and more. Trying to maybe try Twitch out, but I'll try to keep announcing on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter, but mostly Discord. It's important for me to keep doing the Discord because I feel like that's where probably most of you guys saw that this was happening, right? Anyway, but there we go. Thanks for being here. I'll post some better pictures of this on the Discord and on the stories and stuff. It's always so fun hanging out with you guys. Thanks for being here with me. And we'll talk very soon. Thanks for hanging, guys. I will cheers to your health.